Let's see. Good morning, everyone. Let me drop this link off in the chat. Bear with me just 1 second. I'll have to unmute. Well, I'll have to mute my phone so don't get an hour worth of ding dongs, huh? This one, paste. Bear with me while I drop all this in here. There you go. Okay, so I put the link in all of our little chats, the many, many, many chats that there are. Having said that, good morning, happy Saturday. I hope you guys all have had an amazing Valentine's Day and you're doing something great this weekend. So just real quick to go over a couple of things. For those of you who are not yet in that side group, again, it was only really formed as a place to go place screenshots. But of course, we're pretty talky people and we talk and we share life. So having said that, if you just now got that invite link, please go through the pin post, start there. It's going to be a ton of information, but it's okay. Take notes, take a break, walk away, and then just get right back to it. So you'll get everything that you're looking for in that group, in that pin post, including the fancy indicator that is based off of my strategy and was built to give you every single thing you need and built by somebody who is pretty incredible. So having said that, good morning. This is Bitcoin I'm looking at. If you guys are following the rules, this would have been a perfect entry. Obviously, if we look at what our special little MACD there did, that's something that I caught last night actually because I was not sleeping. I was up thinking. So just for those of you who don't know, if you go to a higher time frame, if it breaks below here, you would be looking for the continuation on more of a sell. But for now, please don't try to sell it until we do get a break, or unless you're going to go to the smaller time frames and start to scalp it. But that would be like the 15-minute time frame. So to go over a couple of the trades we took this week, one of them would be Australian JPY. This one moved a total of 70-ish pips. Let me show you from where we called it, 72, something like that. So it did hit your 50 pip take profit. So you should have closed that happy and super excited, even if you entered exactly where it was called. If you had waited or something, that you still could have got your 50 pips pretty easily. So that was definitely a win. If we go to GBP USD, comparable story. I'll go to a smaller time frame. There you go. So we called it here, and this one moved quite a bit more. And we released the video, so we posted it in the chat for all the signals. That one moved a total of 136 pips. So if you were protecting your profit, there's no reason you should not have gotten out with much, much more than 50 pips. So there's that one. And then, of course, there's USD CAD. And then I'll also kind of just shortly go over some of Elvis's trades in the signals group as well. So here's the last one we called. This was my original entry. We called it again in around here. So you are in profit, but we're going to hold this a little bit long term to see kind of how far of a drop we can get. So for right now, we do have a double bottom, which did have some divergence. If you know what that is and you take a look, but that's okay because even if we do get that pullback, we're not anticipating a pullback that would break this high. Now, granted, that's much higher, but still definitely worth the risk to reward. So there's that. And then, of course, I showed you Bitcoin, but just super real quickly, starting next week in that group, Donna and I are going to rename the group. And what we're going to do is say whoever posts the most screenshots of viable scalps, okay, it can be scalps. And Anthony, special for you, it can be 1 hour, 4 hour trades. You get a maximum of 10 per day. But whoever posts the most will go into a drawing to win a $100 Amazon gift card at the end of 2 weeks. So we're going to start that Monday. So this coming Monday, and we'll run it for exactly 2 weeks. And then Donna will be charged with the due diligence of counting up every single person. So the concept of that, guys, is to finally take these months and months of teaching and talking and hanging out and put it into practice. So some of you guys are in the 90th percentile in terms of accuracy. Some of you are still floating in the 70s and the 80s. But like that website Scott shared with us on Tuesday or Thursday, you don't need 100%. What you need is to understand numbers. What you need is to keep the main thing. And it really is simplistic. It comes way more closer to psychology than it does skill set. So that's the goal for the week, is in that new group or in that Scout to Freedom group, please just simply post screenshots, which was kind of the original intention for the group anyways. So when you see a setup based off of the 5-minute entry, you can even do 5 minute to 15 or single time frame, as long as you post an actual image and a written description that says something on the lines of, multi-time frame, 1 minute entry, 5-minute trade, or single time frame entry, 1 hour trade, or 15-minute entry, a 5-minute re-entry, And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, then you need to watch all those videos in the pin post. And I promise you, you'll understand very, very clearly. So that's what we're going to do, $100 gift card for Amazon or PayPal, whichever one you prefer. And we'll do a 3-tier drawing like we usually do, which means $100, $50, and then we'll do like a private kind of coach out, hangout session. Maybe, just hang out, have a glass of wine or something, talk charts and do all that kind of fun stuff. That more intimate, let's get your questions answered. Let's share on a totally different level. Let's go over some deeper things and kind of collaborate on a whole different level. So for any of those of you who work with inside the group or are constantly volunteering or putting effort forward, whether it be in the original bigger groups or the side groups, you're obviously invited because you're constantly paying it forward. And then anybody who wins these contests would also be invited to that. So all 3 people, the first prize will be an Amazon gift card for $100. And of course, you get to go to that special coaching. Second prize will be $50 gift card for Amazon, and you'll get to go. And then the third person will just only get to come to that special kind of coaching, mentorship, hang out with us kind of thing. And last but not least, let me go to a new share. There we go. Hopefully it'll work. Oopsie. New share. Try this again. Got it. Okay, so for those of you guys who are asking in the group in terms of the signals and how you're taking them, if you look at the very, very top of that, it says pinned post, right? It says that is a YouTube video telling you exactly how you should take an entry of your own or mine or Elvis's or the guy next door. Like, it doesn't matter where this entry is coming from. You still need to compare it against your rules. You still need to check it against the news, the market, the structure, your indicators, and essentially you need to check it against you, because you need a viable business plan. You need a viable trading plan that works for you. So these are the results from last week, again, with all the fussing and whatever of the pips, but that's really, really, really good. So it was a phenomenal week. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who are learning to take the signals, some of you are getting even better entries than the ones that are posted. Some of you guys are getting later but safer entries, so you avoided the losses. I mean, so depending on kind of where you're at in your trading career or in your investing career, please, please, please have a set of rules. Please have a business plan that says, this is my order of operations when I do X, Y, and Z. Because to be honest, once you get that skill set, you only need a couple of hours a week, and that's like at most. Most of this is just, chitter chatter and talking and, loudmouth kind of stuff and hanging out and scalping. So you don't need a lot of time once you get the skill set. So please be mindful. Go watch that video if you don't know how and you have not yet taken those kinds of signals. Please, please do that. If you are not yet in this group, you can send me a message and I will send you Miss Donna's affiliate link for super easy. And other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing trading week. Next week, we have quite a few people who are on cruises. I feel like everybody I know is flying somewhere right now. They always call me from an airport. But anyways, for those of you who don't know, Pat will be gone. So what I might do is I might allow every single person in the Super Easy group to kind of come into this other side group and be on those live calls for the day, because Pat will be on a cruise anyways, and we shouldn't leave him hanging. And then after we're done with that, because we've gotten so many messages in terms of my fractal break strategy, we will start teaching some new strategies and just label them accordingly. The first and foremost and most namely will be the fractal break strategy on the 1 hour chart. It does still count as scalping because you're going for a small amount of pips, but it is based off of a higher time frame. So it's a lot less, high blood pressure, high intensity, and a lot more set an alert, chill, go hang out, and then just check it when you get your alert hit. So total different concept, but it still qualifies as a scalp strategy based off of the number of pips you go for, not necessarily based off of the time frame. And after that, we'll go from that to breakout strategies and all that good jazz. So happy Saturday. Let me check one of these different chats and make sure there's no massive questions. Close that. Thank you. Good morning, Derek. You in your mouth. I can't even believe you. No. I'm just joking with you. Hey, I need you guys all to also go in the group and pick on Eric, if you guys would, for me, because everybody was talking about me serenading the group and singing all week. And Eric was serenading his wife for Valentine's Day. So we all need to make sure, this message is brought to him by good coffee, and we let him know that we all love his singing voice, because that's stinking awesome. It's super cute. Eric, you can find, that's a different Eric, but you can find the scalping strategy in the Scalp to Freedom group. If you're not yet in there, please message Miss Donna. She'll make sure you get to the right places at the right times, okay? And that's it. So I know there's a lag, but there's nothing else coming up. So happy trading. I hope you guys all have a fantastic, blessed day, and I will talk to you soon.